Hi, welcome back. This is the second part of my video about of HexToolkit, sorry. Okay, so I was just about to show how we can insert bytes using the file menu. So on the file menu here, we've got insert bytes, delete bytes, set bytes, replace bytes. So choose insert bytes. I want to insert bytes at the start of the file in this case. So offset 0, I want to insert 4 bytes, and I want the value to be AA, for example, AA hex. So I just do that. Are you sure you want to modify the file? Yes. Okay, and there you go. So it showed them a red, and then I just press reload, and now they've gone back to black. So it's actually inserted 4 bytes. So if we go to the end of the file is actually 4 bytes longer now than it was before. So let's just check that out. OX91F minus OX91B, I think it was. Yeah, so it's 4 bytes longer. Okay, so we can insert bytes anywhere, but I just inserted at the start. So we can also delete bytes anywhere. So we want to delete the bytes at offset 0. We want to delete those bytes that we just added. Well, actually, let's just try deleting 2 of those bytes and see how that goes. There we go, it's deleted 2 of them, and might as well delete the rest to make it back to normal. Actually, let's just try the other option here, set bytes. So we want to set bytes at offset 0. We want to set 2 bytes. So change those AA bytes to FF. Give that a try. And okay, so it's only changed one of them. Set bytes. Did I only say 1? FF. Okay, yeah, I must have only said 1. Okay, so now it's changed both those bytes. Now we'll get rid of those bytes that we added, so we'll delete those 2 bytes. Delete 2 bytes at offset 0. Okay, so we just check. We should actually have the I think it's just got the length wrong. Okay, so we should actually have the same file back. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we can do there. Now there's another thing up here. We can actually create a new file if we want. So create a new binary file, length of the file. So we want to make a binary file, say 16 bytes long, initialize the values with AD, which happens to be my initials, and open file after creation. Okay, so let's give that a try. So small file .bin. Okay, so it's created a small file and it's opened it. So let's just let's open that file, and there we go. So down the bottom here, when you first load a file, it shows you the file length actually in hex and in decimal. So it's 16 bytes long, and it's initialized to AD as we requested. Okay, so we'll open the original file that we're working with again. Okay, now, so actually what I should do here is take a copy of that file. Just make a copy of that file on the desktop here. Okay, so we've got the original file and we've got a copy. Now, let's open up the copy and let's just make a change to it, a small change. So say here at byte 8 we'll add in some AD bytes, and then we'll write that. So that's updated the copy on disk. Okay, now what we can do is we can compare it with the original file if we want. So we say, on the file menu, we say compare file with the original, and it brings up this compare tool, and it shows you that the file's different 2 bytes, and it shows you the location highlighted in red. So the copy has these bytes, AD, and the original has 00 in those bytes. So that's the compare tool. That's quite useful. What you can actually do with HexToolkit is you can put it in your send to folder, and then you can right-click on the files. I think I've got it set up here. Let's just close this. So you can actually, once you've got it set up to send to, you can actually choose the 2 files, and you go send to HexToolkit, and that will automatically compare them, hopefully. Yep, here we go. It just took a while to start up. So that does the same thing. It's very useful to be able to bring up HexToolkit with the right-click menu. You can actually, if you click on a single file, you can just go send to HexToolkit to, and that brings it up. So that's probably a more useful way to run the tool. But you know, you can run it just by double-clicking on the icon and opening up. So I'm pretty sure that I've covered most things here now. So we've covered, so this values per line is sometimes useful as well. So say if you're looking, okay, so let's put into doubles, and say we want to look at 4 bytes per line, and, oh sorry, we need 8 bytes per line for a double, and then we can just see one double value per line, and we can see the data that's forming it. So this is, you know, the first double, the second double, the value, and that's the value of it over there. So that's useful for analysing data that has a particular number of bytes. You know, set it to whatever you want. The default is 16. Okay, so I hope you found this a useful introduction to the HexToolkit tool. And there is one more thing I didn't show you. So this convert bytes, you can go right-click convert bytes, and whatever the data type chosen here is, it'll convert it. So, but you can also just put the bytes in there. So, say I want to find out what. Let's go up here. So I just want to type in, see what that is as a decimal value. I just press this arrow here and it converts it. If I byte swap it, then it'll do the byte swap version. And then if I want to go to that location, I can just press the go to button and it'll take me to that offset. Let's pass this at the end of the file in this case. So that's how the byte tool works. So when you click on a location in the file, also it will actually show you the offset where you are in the file, which can be useful. And sometimes if there's a table, for example, when you're reverse engineering files and you find that there's an index table, something like this, you can go, convert those bytes, that's 120. So you can say, I want to go to offset 120, so that you know that the entries are 8 bytes long, so 120 times 8, and you know, you might want to start at a particular offset in the file. So starting from offset 0100, go to index 120, and that will give you the location. When you use the expression tool, then you just press go to, and that will take you there in the file. Okay. So I'll just open up the DBF file, and that's the other file that's part of this. So you can see that it shows the strings in this case. Shows the string values over here, so you can see that those characters over here are being converted to strings. Anyway, that's all I'll say about HexToolkit now, and I hope you find it useful, whatever you use it for. Thanks a lot.